that I have to ask is got me really, really bothered is one thing that I have to ask is got me really, really bothered is where are y'all Black Lives Matter people at, man?
We resting, big homie. Fuck you mean? We did our part. 92%, 88%, we did our part. We went in those boots and we voted for human rights, not black rights, not Mexican rights, not Venezuelan, Guatemalan white. We voted for human rights, big dog. What you need to be doing is asking your people why they sold you the fuck out. You need to be asking your people why they chose their proximity to whiteness over you, over their own people. You need to be asking your people why they went in there and voted away everything my ancestors did that you and everybody else benefited from. Black people been fighting since we came to be, my guy. Since the ones like y'all, you want to throw the weight on the shoulders of black people, but you scared to confront the white people who sold y'all asses out. Yeah, we on hiatus. It's Viva La Nat time over here.
Wow. Yeah, I have a lot of issues with this video. Um, you know, the solidarity between Hispanic people and Black people, like unfortunately, I hate to say this, but especially since her slay queen Kamala lost, like it really dismantled like, hell, you know. And this coming from a black guy, by the way. I'm finna play it again. because it really pisses me off. It's like, you know, motherfucking black liberals are so stuck in their own ways is that, because they side lost, now fuck solidarity. Like, I'm play it.
One thing that I have to ask is got me really, really bothered is where are y'all Black Lives Matter people at, man?
We resting, big homie. Fuck you mean? We did our part.
Well, all he asked was like, because he's an immigrant, I guess, or his people, are, y'all know what I'm talking about. Sorry, y'all, I'm just not in a good headspace today, and I have bad sinuses, so if I sound kind of off, I'm sorry, man. Like, just going through so much shit. But anyway, all he asked was, where are the black folks at? Like, I guess, I don't know whether this guy voted for Trump or not. He didn't say. Um, but instead of her making a video saying that, you know, black and Hispanic people need to have solidarity, she gonna slander him because be claiming like his people sold him out and let me continue.
92%, 88%. We did our part. We went in those boots and we voted for.
Yeah, voted for Cam, the top cop. Like, she's a cop, right? This woman right here is acting like they wanted to fucking like no, how you say it? Shit, I'm sorry, guys. This woman act like you know, act like the Democrats don't give a shit about black people either. Like you acting like yeah, 92%. What she said, 88, 92, whatever the fuck number she said. Like, which one is it? Yeah, yeah, more black people voted for Kamala Harris. Like, that was to be expected. Like, we know that, a lot of, you know, because black folks been um indoctrinated to vote Democrat. Like, oh God, like even like that Joe Biden deported immigrants too, right? Not at a high clip now as Trump, but he deported more immigrants than Trump's first term. So, oh God, man, it's just like, let me
human
see.
rights, not black rights, not Mexican rights, not Venezuelan, Guatemalan white. We voted for human rights, big dog.
Democrats don't care about human rights. Big ma'am. She called him big dog, big ma'am. Um, Democrats don't give a if Democrats care about human rights, then why are homeless people out in the streets? If Democrats care about human rights, why under Democrats too, why our kids are starving? Like why was there a genocide in Gaza? Like, they don't care about, and this is under the Democratic president that the genocide ramped up. Like, it's been occupation of Gaza before, Joe Biden was in there, but I'm just saying, like, all of the killing that I'm pretty sure you saw, like, you on TikTok, or I guess I got this from Instagram or whatever. Like, it was everywhere. Um, like, Democrats don't give a shit about human rights. Just don't. I can't, man. I really can't. Let me continue.
What you need to be doing is asking your people why they sold you the fuck out. You need to be asking your people why they chose their party.
Well, while he talking about his people selling him the fuck out, why you sold me the fuck out? When you vote for when black people vote for Democrats, you selling me out because I know that Democrats aren't going to make my life any better. Now I know Republicans ain't gonna do shit for me. Like, Republicans said themselves, hey, we only care about ourselves. We only care about our donors. Like, see, the Democrats make false promises, or as somebody said, they're wolves in sheep clothing. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can say the same thing. Like, he's saying that, I guess, some Hispanics voted for Trump. Well, you can say the same thing. Black voting for Democrats is selling me out too. So, yeah, like, man, this woman thought she was cooking, man. She really did.
Proximity to whiteness over you. over their own people. You need to be asking your people why they went in there and voted away everything my ancestors did that you and everybody else benefited from. Black people been fighting since we came to be, my guy. Since the ones like y'all, you want to throw the weight on the shoulders of black people, but you scared to confront the white people who's...
You know, I'm gonna say this part right here. I think this is the most like important part of this video. He he's not asking for black folks to like he ain't asking black folks to carry the whole load, man. What he's saying is that where's the solidarity at? Like black and Hispanic people have no solidarity right now. Like I don't see it. Like it's just like what's the problem? Like I know your fifis are hurt because Slate Queen Cam lost, but again, like you said, human rights, right? Now I know you saying it in terms of like both Democrats is saving human rights, saving democracy, which is a pile of crap. But again, it's like, god damn, man, like. I can't with these liberals, man. They drive me wild, man. But again, it's like no solidarity. Like same with the Palestinians too. Y'all mad because Palestinians didn't vote for Cam either. Like why would the Palestinian Americans, their brothers and sisters over in Gaza, were getting bombed? Why in the fuck would they vote for the person that's perpetrating the shit? You see what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But jeez.
sold y'all asses out. Yeah, we on hiatus. It's Viva La Nap time over here.
Oh man, I can't I can't with these black liberals, man. Black liberals are the worst people you can ever like meet and talk to. Like they just in their own bubble. Like you didn't vote for Cam, you deserve whatever you get. They just point their finger at everybody. And also too, I forgot to mention, like she said that white folks sold them out too as well. My response to that is that again, like you said both black and white sold them out because you vote for Trump, Trump don't give a fuck about human rights. Like the motherfucker is trying to deport pro-Palestine protesters. Oh God! And then she's saying she claiming voting for Democrats is, what I mean, vote is for human rights, which Democrats like homelessness went up under Joe Biden. So I'm just like I'm saying to myself like both sides that vote for the duopoly is like, what are you doing? Like nothing is changing. Like oh God, man, I just I can't, man. I really can't. Um, okay, guys. So what's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of the Good Faith Show. I'm your host, Andre Morton. The Good Faith Show is only on the ATP Network. You can catch the ATP Network on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and Twitter. Um, I got one shameless plug. Uh, follow us on Red Note. That's our usernames right there. Um, yeah, I love Red Note, man. People are so nice. It's nice to be on a platform where normal discourses taking place because being on Twitter for a while, man, like Twitter literally broke my fucking brain, bro. It broke my brain into a million pieces. I swear it did. It's wow, but I can't get off Twitter right now, but in the future, I'm really considering it because it's not going to get any better. So follow us on Red Note, usernames right there, and like the video as well. Helps us out in the algorithm, guys. So yeah, happy Monday. Again, no tea time today. The co-host of Tea Time, she going through a lot of shit. Like she been going through a lot of shit for a long time now, and also too, her daughter is sick. So, she gotta take care of her. So, um, I don't know when we're gonna do tea time again. I'm not gonna, rush her back into it. Take your time, take whatever time you need to do what you gotta do. Like I'm not, because I realize that family come first, your mental head space come first. So yeah, me and Left Indy will hold it down for you. So and shout out to Left Indy, man. I'm glad he's back on the network again. I should have never let him go in the first place. Like I don't know what I was thinking. Like I should have never even added that other person to it. Like that other person is just full of shit. So shout out to Left Indy. We're gonna do another episode of the AAM podcast this week. Last week I was out of town and then I wasn't in a good mood. So yeah, I'm back streaming again. I miss it. Um, Even though I have a sinus infection right now, I'm still putting in the work. Like you just can't let every little thing prevent you from doing the bare minimum. Like I just don't get that. But it is what it is. So all right, guys, let me get to the first. All right, guys. So the first story I want to talk about is, oh man, man, what happened to free speech? Because you're pro-Israel and you support killing of innocent Palestinian women and children, like you don't care about it, and there are activists that just say stop with the killing, stop giving Israel weapons. You don't like their speech, so you want to deport them. Hey, isn't that nice in America? Like America, I don't never want to hear from these patriotic motherfuckers ever again that America is a free country and home of the free land of free home, whatever the fuck that slogan is, which I don't give a fuck for. I don't want to never hear that shit again. Like I'm just gonna shut you down if I ever hear that shit again. So this is from the Intercept. It says the far right group building a list of pro-Palestine activists to deport. Oh God! It says Betar's U.S. said it has shared with the Trump administration a list of the names of hundreds of terrorist supporters. Wow! I remember like especially last year, motherfucking Zionists on Twitter. Most of them were bots, by the way. But anyway, they called me a terrorist supporter or a Hamas supporter because I have a fucking heart, which they don't have. Like it's wild. It says I'm making it a little bit bigger. That was kind of small. There we go. There we go. It says on January 29th, Palestinian organizers in New York City gathered at a park for a vigil to mourn the 1 year anniversary of Han Rajab, a 6-year-old killed last year alongside her family and paramedics by the Israeli military in Gaza. Yeah, y'all remember that. Um, at Zuccotti Park in Lower Manhattan, attendees laid candles alongside photos and art of a job. Just a visual. That same day, this orange piece of shit named Donald Trump signed an executive order titled "Additional Measures to Combat Anti-Semitism" that demands the removal of resident aliens that violate our laws and calls on the Department of Justice to protect law and order, quell pro-Hamas vandalism and intimidation, and investigate and punish anti-Jewish racism and leftist anti-American colleges and universities. I just can't make this shit up. Oh my God, right there, guy. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to switch to the layout. My God, man. I bet y'all like, the fuck? It comes on the heels of an earlier anti-immigration order signed during Trump's first day in office that called for increased vetting and crackdowns on visa holders and people trying to enter U.S. based on their political and cultural views. Oh God. Let me see. Emboldened by the pair orders, Batar U.S., the American branch of international organization defined by the earliest Zionist writer and settler colonialist Zeev Jabotinsky. Jabotinsky. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. RIA, yeah. of course, like Batar founded by Zionists to get rid of the terrorist supporters. Oh, oh God. Let me continue. It says in 1923 took the social media head of the visual for a job, which it derogatorily dismissed as jihad rally. Yeah, so nice of you. Batar invited its supporters to show up to assist ICE in deportation efforts, promising to document all attendees to submit to the Trump administration as part of his recent orders. But ain't that guy like the guy that's trying to basically ain't he like a snitch? That kind of like some kind of snitch. That kind of like a little bit of some snitch type energy, man. I like yeah, like at the visual, a small group of heckler attendees yelling, "Show us your faces so we could get you deported." And we're ICE, then reportedly chanting "ICE, ICE, ICE," according to a video posted on the group's account. Then this is not a protest. This is a visual for hiring a job, you dumbass motherfucker. It's a visual for hiring a job. It's not a protest. Oh God. Oh God. I can't, man. I can't with these people. Like reading this shit making my sinus infection not even better, man. Um, we're here for a 6-year-old girl. One visual attendee pleaded to an NYPD officer before being drowned out by counter protesters accusing them of a fake genocide and using human shields. After the visual concluded, Betak claimed on social media to have identified the attendees using face recognition technology and said it reported him to the Department of Homeland Security. Wow. 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 Free speech experts and Muslim and Palestine solidarity advocates worry that such harassment and discrimination for Fatah and other far-right groups will only spread thanks to Trump's recent orders. Amid growing calls to deport political foes and defenders of human rights, they fear a new climate where political speech is silenced, and those brave enough to speak out against severe punishment. The conflation of speech critical of Israel with anti-Semitism and support what Hamas will do little to protect Jews in the United States from hate. Oh God, said Jonah Rubin with Jewish Voice for Peace, a progressive Jewish American group that advocates for Palestinian human rights. And this quote right here, it says these policies have nothing to do with Jewish safety. It doesn't. It's not about protecting the Jews. It's not about, you know, uh, it's about, we have the right we have the right to do to unalive Palestinian people. We support that, and you people, you radical leftists, or what they call them, which is crazy, that are against us doing harm. You need to go away. You need to go to Gitmo. That's what it's about. Not about Jewish safety. Like again with the hostages thing. Like it was never about the hostages. I remember people kept saying in the beginning, "We gotta get the hostages, man. I'm pretty sure some of those hostages got killed by those Israeli airstrikes when Hamas kept them. Like, okay, but let me continue. Um, these policies have nothing to do with Jewish safety, Rubin said. The idea that these are about Jewish safety rather than about widespread censorship and an attempt to shut down any and all dissent, whether it's about Palestine, whether it's about human rights, or whether it's about other movements for social justice, it doesn't hold up to even the slightest bit of scrutiny. Um, then I'm gonna read this. It says the premise behind Trump's more recent order is rooted in Project Esther, a treatise by the authors of Project 2025. The document was billed as a blueprint to counter anti-Semitism. Yeah, yeah. Being at a visual for a little girl that was unnecessarily killed. Yeah, that's so anti-Semitic. And holding up a Free Palestine sign at a protest is so anti-Semitic. Oh, get the fuck up out of here, bro. And offered strategies to target and silence critics to Israel, include deportation. A fact sheet about the executive order related by the Trump administration mirrored image about from Project Esther and laid bare the order's intent to cancel the student visas of all Hamas sympathizers on college campuses, vowing to deport all resident aliens who join in the pro-jihadist protests. Wow. Then right here, then I'm gonna end it. Such ideas are increasingly gaining purchase in conservative discourse. Pledges to deport supporters of Palestinian rights were a key part of the Republicans' party platform. A congressional bill introduced last May called for similar measures. Yeah, I remember that last year. They were trying to have an anti-Semitic bill punishing college campuses for letting kids protest. Like, yeah, home of the free, right? Yeah, they don't want you protesting. Um, Now, if you protest against for Israel, oh, that's okay, that's cool. Like, yeah, you can do that all you want to, man. Yeah, yeah, no holds barred, but protesting against genocide, nah, nah. That's anti-Semitic. That's you're a Hamas sympathizer or whatever. Man, all these people could just fuck off, man. All right, guys, be sure to like the video before I get to the next topic here. Right, help us out in the algorithm. It don't cost you a damn thing. Like the video. Okay, guys. So, is Elon staging a coup? Man, like, wow. I mean, this is what happens when you pour in millions upon millions of dollars into a campaign. I mean, like, Elon ain't just going to give Donald Trump free money. Like, he wants something out of this. It's crazy. Oh God, man. Man, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. Like, I hate sounding like a doomer. I know I've been kind of like in a doom and gloom phase for the last couple of weeks, man, but thinking about like the federal spending getting froze, and then this shit. Like Elon Musk has access to our bank accounts, bro. Like bank account numbers, I mean. Um, that's very concerning. Like, so yeah, because now they're on a private server, some hacking fool can take up, man. Like, y'all just know, y'all think I'm bullshitting now. Oh boy, things about to get a lot worse. But shout out to Democracy Now for this video, man. Like, I'm gonna play it.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman. The top-ranking career U.S. Treasury Department official, David LeBruck, has been forced out of the agency after he resisted a demand by Elon Musk and his associates at Doge to gain access to the government's vast payment system, which disperses trillions of dollars in federal payments each year. Trump's new Treasury Secretary, the billionaire Scott Bessent, ended up giving Musk access to the system, which includes sensitive information about taxpayers, Social Security recipients, government contractors, including Musk's rivals. Musk is also accused of waging a takeover at the Office of Personnel Management, where...
Bro, this is not an official government agency. What the fuck? And then why he got the dog on there? Ain't that damn, ain't that like the NAFO dog? Y'all remember the NAFO, the Nazi, the Ukrainian Nazi shit? Yeah, Elon's a Nazi, yeah, we know that, but yeah, like what in the fucking wow. Wow, this man literally thinks this is a government website. This is not a government agency. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy.
career civil servants have been locked out of computer systems. For more, we're joined by two guests. Waleed Shahid is Democratic strategist. His new piece on Substack is headlined, "Elon Musk is staging a coup." Waleed was previously the spokesperson for Justice Democrats and former senior advisor for the campaigns of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Jamal Bowman. We're also joined in Washington, D.C. by Lindsay Owens, executive director of the Groundwork Collaborative, who says there are several reasons Musk wants to control Treasury payments. None of them are good. Okay, Waleed Shahid, let's begin with you. What do you mean that Elon Musk is staging a coup?
So if this story was taking place somewhere in Central Asia or in Africa, the United States media, the United States State Department, international institutions would likely refer to this as a coup. A billionaire industrialist who donated $300 million to a campaign is installing his personal loyalists in key parts of the federal bureaucracy. This is essentially Viktor Orban's playbook. And we need to know, why does a billionaire industrialist with millions in government contracts, military contracts for his private companies need the social security numbers of every American, needs to know what every single check that the U.S. government gives out to businesses, to charities? Why does this billionaire need to know this information? He was not vetted or approved by the U.S. Senate. He has a history of corruption.
Like, bro, this shit is illegal, bro. This is I think that gets me around all this shit. Like, Elon Musk should be in jail. He should be in prison for this. Like you have no right to go into you get people's social security numbers, they bank account numbers. Like you can't do that. But you know, hey, it's a free for all in this country. Like, people do whatever the fuck they want. So hey, you know, my thing is this, um, like like who gonna stop Elon doing this shit? Nobody. Nobody gonna stop him. Like, oh god. Oh, we so fucking screwed, bro. We screwed beyond repair, man.
For using public resources for private gain. He's one of the wealthiest men in the world, and in any other situation, this would be called state capture, and people around the world would be condemning it. But in the United States, we are not used to this kind of level of creeping authoritarianism, of plutocracy, of oligarchy so explicit. And we need to, this is as Representative Ocasio-Cortez said last night, this is a 5-alarm fire. Senate Democrats need to be communicating to the American people. And last night there was a call by Indivisible Action for people to visit their senators and call for them to grind the Senate to a halt, to call for investigations, and to know, why does Elon Musk need to know this information? Why is he showing up on Saturday to the offices of the federal government demanding the private information of citizens all around the country?
Well, Lindsay Owens, you say none of the reasons are good. Lay those out.
Yeah, absolutely. So for most Americans, this is the first time that they've ever heard of the Treasury payment system. So what is the Treasury payment system? This is effectively the piece of the federal government that cuts the checks. And they cut a lot of checks. This is $6 trillion a year. Money that goes to individuals as Social Security payments for seniors. Money that goes for organizations like Meals on Wheels to deliver lunches. Foreign aid.
Yeah, this asshole wants to loot the Treasury, so he can stop this shit at any time. Like, I'm pretty sure this motherfucker will say, this is fraudulent. Since I got the access to this, I can pause this, pause that, pause that. He wants to loot the Treasury. That's why he wanted to do this. It's not about government efficiency. It's about a government elimination. Damn, I forgot what that dude name. Like, Elon apparently looks up to this guy that believes in no government at all or some shit like that. So it's kind of do make sense why he's doing this. I mean, he should be doing this. It's illegal, but yeah. What a fucking joke, man.
Aid, as well as the funding that the government sets aside for key programs, paying its debts, making sure that we don't breach the debt ceiling and default on our obligations. So this is really unprecedented that Elon Musk has grabbed control of the keys of $6 trillion in payments infrastructure. There are a few reasons this could be happening. The first is, as your viewers know, last week, President Trump tried to end federal spending, just stop federal payments altogether. This was so outrageous and in violation of the Constitution that the courts intervened and said that he couldn't do that. What may be happening here is that Musk may...
Is this guy having a seizure or something? What the fuck is... Yeah, something is mentally wrong with this motherfucker, man. And I don't want to hear this guy's autistic, because I'm autistic too. And I don't be acting like that. Don't be doing that stupid shit. Now this guy, yeah, something's mentally wrong with his fucking brain, bro. Like, oh, he's autistic. That's why he did the Nazi salute. No, I'm autistic. I know not to do shit like that. No. Jeez.
Maybe doing an end run around the courts, going straight to the source so that he can continue to stop those payments that the courts said needed to keep staying online. The second thing that may be happening here is this could just be a good old-fashioned cyber attack. Elon Musk could be interested in the Social Security numbers, the tax ID numbers of tens of millions of Americans. We know that he has partnered with Visa and is considering spinning out a payment system of his own. What we may have here is Elon Musk's attempt to get the private information for his own financial gain. The other thing that is incredibly worrying here is $6 trillion in spending is not just a lot of money, it's a macroeconomically significant amount of money. If Elon Musk starts tinkering with the code, the underlying technology that makes sure these payments go out seamlessly and effectively, he could inadvertently or on purpose bring the macroeconomy to a halt. I mean, this is an incredibly concerning seizure of government infrastructure, but it is also an economically significant moment in the country. So I couldn't agree with Waleed more. I mean, the word coup is the right word to be thinking about here, and Congress must intervene. I mean, if I was a senator, I think the most important thing to do is bring the Secretary of the Treasury to the Senate today to answer questions about what Musk has access to.
So the Treasury Department's Inspector General, who could monitor Doge's activities, was among the 15 watchdogs who were purged by President Trump. Who's now in charge of or overseeing Musk's team?
Yeah, Musk is in charge. So that's exactly right. Some of the key chokeholds here to make sure that something like this doesn't happen have been moved out of the way studiously.
Yeah, like the guy got teenagers working for him. Yeah, 19-year-olds, early 20s working for this guy. Like a teenager has access to millions of people's information. Yeah, like that's totally safe. And again, like she said, like, yeah, I heard this too. Like, yeah, like, yeah, he want to make his own payment system. So yeah, so by collecting all of this data, you can, effectively create your own payment system as well. So it just, oh God, man. And let's continue.
Exactingly moved out of the way. So President Trump fired the Inspector General of the Treasury and the top civil servant of the Treasury Department, the man who was the acting Treasury Secretary between the time that Janet Yellen stepped down and Scott Bessent was confirmed by the Senate, has also been pushed aside, resigned over the fact that he didn't want to give Musk, a private citizen, a billionaire, the keys to the Treasury payment system. So there is very little stopping Musk from taking this over. Trump and Bessent have really, given him a glide path.
So, Waleed Shahid, where is the Democratic Party on this? Where are the Democratic senators and Congress members on this? I mean,
the Democratic Party don't give a shit. Like, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. I'm just going to tell you the truth, man. Like, they've been to leader Trump after he won, which that's a telltale sign. Yeah, you got the Jasmine Crockett's of the world, Elizabeth Warrens of the world, Bernie the Cook Sanders. You got AOC talking about it, but at the end of the day, like, they don't give a shit. What they gonna do? Write a nicely worded letter to Trump? Say, can you tell Elon stop, stop, doing a coup on the Treasury, please, please, Trump, please, please, please. No, they don't give a shit, bro. They don't give a shit. Uh,
You have Hakeem Jeffries, who holds an emergency meeting of the Democrats after a judge stops the federal payments from going out to, stops the ban on federal funding.
So the Democratic Party in Washington is largely asleep at the wheel. They are acting as if they're kind of a librarian shushing noise in a crowded room. They're still believing in the normal procedures, normal decorum, that everything here is the normal transition of power. And they still believe that what Elon Musk and Donald Trump are doing is just a libertarian reform of the government, not an oligarchic, plutocratic takeover of a private billionaire who is seeking to know, potentially seeking to know what his competitors might be doing with government contracts. He has private information that Elon Musk has contracts with international governments all across the world. But the Democratic Party is not able to put forward an opposition message right now because they feel like this is normal. And that's why it's so important for concerned citizens all across the country to twist the arm of your Senate Democrat. Go to their office. If you go to indivisible.org today, you can find a way to join your local chapter. And all around the country, whether your senator is a Republican or a Democrat or independent, they need to hear from concerned citizens because the Democratic Party doesn't move on issues of oligarchy, of plutocracy, of taking action.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Yeah, like he ain't wrong. Like they ain't doing nothing. So like what 4 or 5 people speaking out about it. The Democrats are sitting on their hands, man. Like they don't give a shit. See that they're not affected. See, by Elon doing this, everybody is affected. Every regular American citizen is affected. See what I'm saying? So yeah, like again, like I tell people, like stop voting for the Democrats, stop voting for Republicans, man. Like, oh god.
Unless their constituents show up in person and demand that they hold hearings, take the bully pulpit in the media, and also grind the Senate to a halt until we know why does Elon Musk have this information, someone who is not elected.
So the Democratic National Committee on Saturday elected the moderate political insider Ken Martin as chair, despite calls from voters to urgently switch gears and respond to working people's needs following the party's crushing defeat, though it wasn't a major numbers defeat, but it was a defeat in November. What do you think of Ken Martin? Where do you think it's going?
So the DNC is largely at this point a fundraising vehicle for the presidential campaign. I hope that Ken Martin reforms the party to do things like what I'm describing. The Democratic Party should be holding daily press conferences every morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it right there, man. But yeah, they're not going to do that. The Democrat Party don't care, man. Like you said yourself. You see, they'll sleep at the wheel. Like they don't care. They don't give a fuck. So yeah, man. Elon staging the coup. Yeah, like these are some scary times, man. We living in, boy. I tell you, very, very, very scary times. So on to the next topic. All right, guys. One last topic of the day. This last story. So according to this video here from Breaking Points, it says Blue MAGA admits that Gaza cost them an election. Ooh, wow! I'm shocked. I'm shocked about this, man, because a lot of the people that would have voted for Kamala Harris didn't vote because of Gaza. Like they don't, they realize that now. Apparently, like after people been saying this, like, hey, genocide is the red line for me. It's the hard line for me. Like you aiding and abetting the genocide, Biden and Harris. Like the ceasefire and weapons embargo, do something. But I'm gonna play this video, man. Yeah, like I'm not surprised, but yeah. So here we go.
Democratic reaction to Trump's Gaza ethnic cleansing plan. So, par for the course rather than saying, you know, gee, it would have been good if Democrats could have beat this guy because this is all really going terribly. And maybe if they hadn't been so committed to their own genocidal plans with regard to Gaza, maybe they could have eked out a win since it was really, you know, really quite close. You have a number.
Yeah, like I mean, I didn't vote for Democrats. I didn't vote for Trump. But I'll say this, like, yeah, like people say most people say genocide's the hard line, it's the hard fucking line. Then they voted for Jill Stein or they didn't vote. Most people sat on the couch. Like, I mean, like, yeah, admit why you lost instead of blaming radical leftists, you know, the Marx, you know, Bernie Sanders left, which they think we still are. Like, most of us don't even fuck with Bernie Sanders anymore. But yeah, like, let me continue, man.
Number of significant liberal accounts who have decided that the real fault was the people who either stayed home and didn't vote, or who, you know, actively voted for Trump because they were so horrified by the genocide that was being perpetrated by the Biden administration. So let's go ahead and put the first one up on the screen here. We can do a speed run through these. This is Simone Sanders. I think now it's very appropriate to reiterate that elections have consequences. Obviously, that is a jab at, you know, people who were worried about the genocide. We can go up to Harry Sisson. Next says, I hope all of the losers who said and posted things like this understand they played a crucial role in helping Trump get elected. He will now hurt millions with that power. This was somebody who said, hey, Kamala.
Oh, what the fuck Harry talking about? Really? Wow, Harry. Oh, Lord, the Democratic token. Now, that's a token. Like, I had a couple of fucking kooks on Twitter call me a token for defending somebody, but this guy, Harry, is a token. He hurt millions with that power. Oh man, you can't take that Harry dude seriously, man. You just can't. Let me continue.
Gaza is speaking now, bitch. Next up, we have Adam Gentleson, who said in 2000, the left said there was no difference between Gore and Bush, so vote Nader. Then Bush started a war of choice in Iraq. In 2024, the left said there was no difference between Harris and Trump, so vote uncommitted. Now we have Trump proposing that the U.S. take over Gaza.
Gentleson, by the way, you can check FEC records. He's still a consultant for John Fetterman.
I mean, there is no difference. There is no difference. Like, both parties support genocide. Like, yeah, Trump had a ceasefire, but Israel was still doing slick shit. So technically, you know, yeah, like Trump probably wanted to ceasefire because he wants to take over. He legitimately believes this shit. Like, it said Trump proposes that U.S. take over. Yeah. So, oh God.
He's a former chief of staff to Fetterman. People knew that, but like, go ahead and look. He's on Fetterman's payroll.
There you go. All right. And next one, last one we can put up here. Genuine question, not aiming to dunk on, etc. But for the pro-Gaza folk who yelled genocide Jill and killer Kamala and abstained, voted Jill Stein, or even voted for Trump, what's your reaction to Trump saying U.S. will own Gaza? Same thing in your eyes as Harris, or regret now?
But these liberals lost losing their damn mind, boy. They fifi still hurt. Oh no! Oh, you said Kamala's worth as bad as Trump on Gaza, but Trump wants to take over Gaza. These are the same motherfuckers that said that Trump will make Gaza like a parking lot, and Gaza, like, the Palestinians coming back to Gaza to rubble. So how Trump make it worse? I mean, it's a ceasefire now. I guess. Like, I really don't. At this point, I really don't know what the fuck will happen from day to day. But yeah, like, both of them are killer Kamala. Yeah, genocide Joe and killer Kamala. Hell yeah. Yeah, Jill Stein is pro Palestine. Like, that makes sense. Like, if my hard line is genocide, and I see that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are complicit in the genocide, why would I vote for genocide enablers? Because Trump, you know, doing the shit he's doing now, which was fucking expected. Like, Trump said he going to deport. Trump said he going, Project 2025. Like, why are we surprised? Like, yeah, I shouldn't be surprised either, but I'm human, right? Like, when you actually see it done, you're like, holy shit, this shit real. But anyway, sometimes I feel like we live in a fucking cartoon as it is, but yeah. Yeah, like, Trump took money from Sheldon Allison and Marion Allison, I think. Yeah. Marion Allison and Sheldon Allison. Like they, because they want the West Bank, and like what Trump's saying now, it's not surprising. Like, oh God, man, these liberals, I can't. And people want me to work with these motherfuckers. You want me to work with them? They don't want to work with me. They don't like me. They'll say I'm the reason why Kamala lost. No, I'm not. Kamala's the reason why she lost. But let me continue.
Or a question mark. So, this is all very, very productive. Ryan always to
Well,
blame.
genuine question at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Genuine question.
So if it's a genuine question, like here's a genuine answer. Can anybody point me to any moment where Kamala Harris said that she was going to do anything different than Joe Biden and was going to ever use U.S. leverage to force a ceasefire in Gaza?
Right.
Was there any moment where Kamala Harris told voters that she would be less hawkish or less warlike than Donald Trump?
Good question.
So genuine question back to this genuine question.
Yeah.
Can anybody find me an example of either of those? Because I can find you many, many examples of Harris saying the opposite, that she would continue the Biden approach to arming Israel no matter what, and also that she would be tougher when it came to making war than Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We the most lethal army ever, like
Prosecuted transnational gangs.
yes. So tell me, like, what is?
Okay, wow. So yeah, like, so he's admitting like Kamala's no different than Trump, but they're not the same. One of them is a female, and the other guy is a male, but they both have the same like ideology when it comes to genocide and shit like that. And just trying to but these liberals, I like the on the screen it said blue MAGA liberals, like, but these liberals losing their shit because Trump said, "I want to take over the Gaza Strip." Wow. Oh goodness.
Not to mention running around with Liz Cheney and
bringing Liz Cheney up on
delighted
stage
by the
talking about Dick
endorsement of
Cheney? So what is the argument to make the case that the war?
The greatest thing about this shit is that, like, why would you bring Liz Cheney onto your, like, why would you hang with Liz Cheney? I mean, like, Liz Cheney is a war hawking sociopath. But I ain't surprised. Like I told people in the past, like, Democrats and Republicans hang with each other, bro. Like, the only reason why they had a little scuffles in front of the cameras is because for performative bullshit. Like, they want to divide us. But behind the scenes, they golf together, they eat together, they hang together, they believe in the same shit. Like, it's no different. So a lot of people surprised, but I'm not surprised because both of them are genocidal maniacs. Like, yeah. So let me continue.
Would not still be going on right now as we speak if Kamala Harris were president. Like, setting aside everything else that Trump is doing, like what's the case to make that right now we'd have a ceasefire in Gaza if Kamala Harris were president? Like, how do you, in your mind, how do you get what happened from Election Day in November to today in February that brought about a ceasefire? Because we have a ceasefire with Trump as president. What does it hold? Does he send troops in there? We don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But right now we have a ceasefire. What's the evidence that Harris would have gotten that done?
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. And also, the uncommitted movement.
You know what though? One thing that get me though, no, it will not be a ceasefire with Kamala Harris was president now. No. On the other hand, like Trump, yeah, I said, yeah, I gave him credit. I gave him credit for like getting it done. But again, it's like it's always a plot twist to everything. Like, man, quick that murderous dictator Benjamin Netanyahu agreed to it. Now we hear then you invite the murderous dictator to the White House, and then you're gonna say U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip. Like, yeah, see, the U.S. is doing Israel's dirty work right there by saying shit like that. You're doing Israel's dirty work for them. See what I'm saying? So yeah, like
They really went above and beyond to give her an opportunity to.
And a bunch of the uncommitted leaders endorsed Harris.
Endorsed her anyway, that's right.
Yeah.
And, they, like, the ask to have a Palestinian American make vetted comments endorsing Kamala at the DNC, that's how low the bar was in terms of her trying to extend an olive branch. How many times did she have the opportunity? At a time when people were saying, hey, you really need to separate yourself from this guy. Biden's really unpopular. Here on a platter is an area where he is profoundly unpopular, where you could easily distance yourself. It would be the right political thing and the right moral thing, and she would never, ever do it.
Right. And putting a Palestinian American on the stage at the DNC would have meant something materially because people said, oh, that's nothing. Why not do that? It would have pushed back against her, the donors and the voters who represented the pro-Israel faction, who wanted no pressure applied whatsoever to Israel.
Yeah.
And Harris's willingness, even to put a vetted 2-minute speech from a Palestinian American on the stage that endorses her and endorses her strategy, her willingness to do that would be a glimmer.
But about that though, I really didn't talk much about that. Yeah, that shows you right there that the Democrats don't give a shit about Palestinian lives. Like in the beginning of this live stream, if you now just not watching, rewind to the beginning where this woman says that voting Democrat is voting for human rights. Like you couldn't even like at least say that genocide is wrong. I'm gonna propose a ceasefire, and like you couldn't even do that. I'm talking about Kamala Harris, which shows me that none of y'all give a fuck about human rights. That's why I'm trying to see. See what I'm trying to say. Like they wouldn't even let a Palestinian that's been vetted, is a Kamala Harris supporter or a Democrat, speak on stage for 2 minutes. Like, come on. That right there should show you. That's why Kamala Harris lost right there. Now, another reason why she lost too. Like, Blue MAGA just don't get it. They don't get it. And then especially the black liberals, like they don't get it. Some people, yes, they did vote for Trump. But it's like, because you didn't vote for what I wanted you to vote for, and now you want solidarity because something is happening in your community. Fuck you, That's not how we should be acting towards each other. Like, I'm gonna let it continue for a few more minutes, man. I'm ending here. Like, man, I'm pushing through this severe sinus infection. I'm pushing through this.
Of a possibility that she's willing to take some risks on behalf of a ceasefire.
Right.
And so that's why
it was
there was some meaning to what seems kind of like a meaningful ask, and also is why she said no to it.
Joe Biden had 15 months to do a ceasefire. But because he's a genocidal maniac, Kamala had a chance. A lot of people said she got into the race late. No, she had that plenty of time. She could have distanced herself from that, but she chose not to. Um, like liberals gonna have to they're gonna have to hit rock bottom to really see why that they lost, they side lost. Like, and then the economic situation didn't improve either. Like, we ain't talking about that. We talking about you know what's going on. And yeah, like people knew that Trump was a genocidal maniac too. Like he is too. Like Trump said comments like, finish the job. You gotta finish the job. Like, we know that. So we didn't vote for Trump. A lot of people stayed home or they voted for Jill Stein or Cornel West or whoever. So yeah. Six. All right, let me continue.
Right.
Because she was not willing to take those risks.
That's right.
So if she's not willing to tick off a tiny sliver of her donors, because a lot of those donors would be like, okay, fine, a Palestinian American speaks, like we have a vast array of speakers up on stage.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. We can get over it. If she's not even willing to do that, why on earth would she be willing to pressure Netanyahu to do something he doesn't want to do?
Yeah.
And so people concluded that she wouldn't be. And the other thing that I think this freakout shows is a recognition that Gaza did actually play a role in the election.
That is very true.
Because otherwise, why? Like, what are you so worked up about here?
Yeah, I mean, they love to be like, oh, you lefties, you don't matter, we don't care about you. And then
Right,
the minute that they lose, it's like, it was your fault, you're so powerful, and it's like, all right, well, which is it here? We have a statement from one of the co-chairs of the Uncommitted movement we can put up on the screen. This is from Layla El-Abed. Layla, wasn't one of them related to Rashida Tlaib? Is that?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Well, certainly one of the uncommitted organizers was. Yeah.
Okay. In any case, she says, I feel sad, angry, and scared for our communities. For months, we warned about the dangers of Trump at home and abroad, but our calls largely went unheard. Harris left a vacuum by not visiting Michigan families impacted by U.S.-supplied bombs to help create a permission structure for their trust, while Trump visited Dearborn and filled a community in despair with lies. Trump's illegal calls for ethnic cleansing are horrific, but as on so many other issues, Democrats had a chance to persuade voters they were the better alternative, and they blew it. I think that is all.
I disagree with a better alternative. Actually, if y'all wanted to go further, see, this is uncommitted. So these people were Democrats by default. They like I said, like even Democratic voters, like they said, hey, genocide is the hard line, right? Which is good, right? But yeah, Democrats are not. They're not. They're not the. Shit. I'm sorry, the better alternative, man. Like they're not the better alternative. I disagree with that. I do. The better alternative was the Green Party, Jill Stein. That was the better alternative. But hey, I mean, Joe Biden was a fascist. Kamala has fascist intentions as well. So yeah, I disagree with that. But I let it continue a little bit more.
Very accurate in spite of the a former Kamala Harris aide responding, deeply unserious people who want to shirk their responsibility clowns. Because again, it's always the voters' fault, never the fault of the people in power who had many opportunities
The responsibility
to
is
do
such
something different.
Yeah. All right, I ended there. But I'm just saying, like, the Democrats, that's what they do. They blame everybody else. Like, it's the radical left's fault. It's the young people's fault. It's black men's fault. Yeah, they blame black men, because Kamala Harris was a woman. Yeah. Like, yeah, some people, even at my job, said, yeah, I didn't vote for her because she was a woman. I mean, you gotta get over that shit, man. But it's not because she's a woman. It's because she's a genocidal maniac, a neocon war hawk, right? That's what Kamala Harris is. But all right, guys, I'm ended that, man. Like, holy shit. So, all right, guys, that's the show. With my sinus infection and all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure before you leave. I'm sorry if I didn't have the energy like I usually have, man. Like dealing with a significant sinus infection. So hopefully it'll go away. Be sure to like the video. It pushes us out in the algorithm. And also too, on the bottom of the ticker, we are on Red Note, so our usernames are right down there. I'm growing fast on Red Note. I think shit, you know what? At this point, man, I might delete all my social media platforms. Make the ATP Twitter account the mainstay. Um, put all the videos that I stream on my main account on there, and just be on Red Note, man. Cause Red Note is a normal platform, man. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys again for watching the Good Faith Show. I'm Andre Morton signing out. Have a good one. And also, too, I forgot to say this last stream. Fuck Benjamin Netanyahu.